national security officials at the White House. Now, the pause will apply to all military equipment not yet inside Ukraine.
I think it takes two to tango, and you're going to have to make a deal with Russia, and you're going to have to make a deal with Ukraine. You're going to have the assent, and you're going to have the consent from the European nations, because I think that's important. And I think everybody has to get into a room, so to speak, and we have to make a deal. And the deal can be made very fast. It should not be that hard a deal to make. It could be made very fast. Now, maybe somebody doesn't want to make a deal, and if somebody doesn't want to make a deal, I think that person won't be around very long. I believe that Russia wants to make a deal. I believe certainly the people of Ukraine want to make a deal. They've suffered more than anybody else. Under President Bush, they got Georgia, right? Russia got Georgia. Under President Obama, they got a nice big submarine base, a nice big chunk of land where they have their submarines. You know that, right? Crimea. Under President Trump, they got nothing. And under President Biden, they tried to get the whole thing. They tried to get the whole big Ukraine, the whole thing. If I didn't get in here, they would have gotten the whole thing. I gave Russia nothing except grief. Well, I just think you should be more appreciative, because this country has stuck with them through thick and thin. We've given them much more than Europe, and Europe should have given more than us, because they were a lot smarter than Joe Biden, because Joe Biden didn't have a clue, and they should have been able to equalize with us. In other words, if we gave $1, they should have given. Well, we gave $350 billion. They probably gave 100, but on top of it all, they get their money back because they're doing it in the form of a loan, and it's a secured loan. I want all of those young people to stop being killed. I want to see it stop. The money is one thing, but the death, and they're losing thousands of soldiers a week.
All right, I'm now joined by CNN News 18's Akansha Swaroop on this broadcast. Akansha, big decision by United States.
Viewers, Aurangzeb is to Hindus what Hitler is to Jews. Both were tyrants, if not zealots, that wanted to stamp out a people and a culture. They weren't ordinary expansionists that wanted to capture new lands and wreak havoc to impose their authority. They were xenophobes and viewed others as impure expendables. They didn't value life, viewers, especially they did not value non-Muslim lives. Would anyone in their right mind ever praise Hitler? No, not unless you were a skinhead Nazi who wanted to antagonize and insult Jews. So it comes as a massive shock that the India bloc has, over the last 24 hours, not just bestowed high praise upon Aurangzeb, but also brazened it out when challenged by selectively citing historical records, if you please, viewers. Let's be clear. Anyone defending Aurangzeb does not respect Hindu sentiments or even Sikh sentiments. In fact, it could be said that they are normalizing bigotry. But more about that after you first listen to these remarks from India bloc leaders. Let me take you through them, viewers. Azmi, Samajwadi Party MLA, said, and I quote, Aurangzeb got several temples built. In Varanasi, he saved a Hindu girl from a priest who had an evil eye on her. He had the priest trampled by elephants. I don't consider Aurangzeb a cruel ruler. During that era, power struggles were political, not religious. Aurangzeb's army had many Hindus, just as Chhatrapati Shivaji's army had several Muslims. Unquote. This, viewers, is the view of Abu Azmi, Samajwadi Party MLA. And the Samajwadi Party has not come out, viewers, to say that this man is speaking, for example, of his own volition, that we don't agree with what this man has said. In fact, viewers, the India bloc has rallied around Abu Azmi. Udit Raj, former Congress MLA, says, and he's a senior leader, the head of the SC/ST cell of the party, he says, quote, why is only Aurangzeb targeted? Haven't there been cruel Hindu kings too, unquote, drawing viewers a false equivalence almost immediately? Then there's, of course, Manoj Jha of the RJD, Member of Parliament. He says, and I quote, I'm disappointed that the issues from the pages of history are being raised today because we all don't have the capacity to face today's challenges. How far back will we go in such conflicts till the Vedic period? There are no discussions on poverty, starvation, income disparity, unquote. Now, viewers, if you remember just recently, there was an individual from Trudeau's government in Canada that decided to say something praiseworthy about Hitler, and that person, viewers, was hauled over the coals. But in India, we must forget all of this. Imagine, viewers, bestowing greatness, drawing a false equivalence with Hindu kings, all in the name, viewers, of history, and all with the objective of whitewashing Aurangzeb's bigotry. But don't let these historians fool you into believing that there is no issue here. Here is proof of Aurangzeb's bigotry against non-Muslims as proudly admitted by the Mughal court itself in its authorized chronicles of the ruler's life. I am not quoting, viewers, third sources, fourth sources. I am quoting primary sources now. Aurangzeb reimposed jizya. And how do we know this? Because Aurangzeb's farman, issued on 2nd April 1679, instructs officers to collect jizya from Hindus, which was stopped by Akbar. The Muntakab-ul-Lubab by Khafi Khan, a Persian source, 18th century, states that the tax was enforced rigorously and led to widespread protests among Hindus because those Hindus that could not, viewers, pay that tax either were killed or they had to convert. So that was the real ploy. Destruction of Hindu temples. The Futuhat-e-Alamgiri mentions temple destruction as a part of his religious policy. Aurangzeb's farman of 9th April 1669 orders the destruction of Vishwanath temple in Banaras. 1670 edict orders the demolition of Keshwadeo temple in Mathura and construction of the Shahi Eidgah mosque. He executed Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur in 1675. The Dabistan-e-Mazahib, another Persian text, describes how Tegh Bahadur was asked to convert to Islam but refused, leading to his execution in Delhi. The Pachittar Natak, Sikh historical source, 18th century, states that Aurangzeb ordered Guru Tegh Bahadur's beheading for opposing forced conversions. There was suppression of Hindu festivals. How do we know? Masir-e-Alamgiri mentions how the holidays or the festivities of Holi and Diwali in Delhi and other major cities were suspended. There was even discrimination against Hindu officers. The Mirat-e-Ahmadi, Persian history of Gujarat, compiled in the 1760s, notes that Hindu officers were dismissed from higher posts under Aurangzeb. The Khafi Khans, as I told you, Muntakab-ul-Lubab, confirms that Hindu mansabdars were often discriminated against. Destruction of non-Muslim religious texts. The Masir-e-Alamgiri mentions the destruction of Hindu scriptures and idols. Jean-Baptiste Tavernier reports that Aurangzeb ordered confiscation and destruction of Hindu religious texts in some regions. The facts prompt some major questions, viewers, and let's open them up without delay. Let's go straight across to our panel tonight. We will also be joined, viewers, in a short while by SP MLA Abu Azmi, the person who triggered all of this. I hope he's listening, because I'm not going to be too kind on him. But I want to start with Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, I've listed some of the facts. By praising Aurangzeb, isn't the India bloc normalizing Hindu phobia and phobia against other religions? Sikhism, for instance. What is going on in this country?
Good evening, Rahul. My fellow panelists, look about it. Aurangzeb was 350 years before ISIS. There is no difference, repeat, no difference between Aurangzeb apologists and Holocaust deniers, for which there is a prison sentence in 16 countries in Europe. Twisted minds in need of medical intervention. But as far as this debate is concerned, I like to make two important points. The fact is, Abu Azmi is the Jinnah who doesn't eat bacon. But it's not about what these demented, brainwashed zombies are doing, Rahul. It's about what we are doing. And bear with me. Rahul, history that is written by the victors is peddled by the vanquished. And I'm afraid we are vanquished. The signal sent by Prime Minister Modi when he celebrates Khusro, the bigot who celebrated the subjugation of Hinduism, the destruction of Somnath, and sang odes to forced conversion, quote, "The whole country by means of the sword of our holy warriors has become like the forest denuded of its thorns by fire," unquote. The signal sent by Prime Minister Modi when he sends a chadar to Moinuddin Chishti, the Hanafi Sufi saint who fought alongside the demonic Muhammad Ghori, helped capture Prithviraj Chauhan, unsparingly converted Hindus and said, quote, "I will raise these Anasagar Hindu temples to the ground. I have come to India to fight the holy war against infidel," unquote. The signal sent by Prime Minister Modi when he eulogizes Saint Francis Xavier, the proponent of Goa Inquisition that led to conversion, torture and murder of countless Hindus, and who said, quote, "Hindu gods and their idols are as dirty as they are ugly and horrible to look at, and witnessing the destruction of temple idols give me so much joy," unquote. The signal is that it is okay to normalize Hindu haters. It is okay for Hindus to be humiliated, for cruelty against Hindus to be airbrushed. Rahul, nations weaken not because of their past, but rather by how they are taught it. And for 70 years, we've been taught to forget historical injustices. We've been taught to eulogize genocidal mass murderers. And so India is a nation that glorifies self-loathing and self-flagellation in equal measure. A nation where people still go and pray at the grave of Aurangzeb, who imposed tax only on non-Muslims, beheaded Guru Tegh Bahadur, entombed Sahibzadas alive, decapitated Sambhaji Maharaj, demolished Kashi Vishwanath and murdered 4.6 million Hindus. A nation that hasn't read the authentic biography of Aurangzeb, Masir Alamgiri, that says, quote, in 1669 on orders of Aurangzeb, the Kashi temple was demolished. And here is Sir Jadunath Sarkar's translation of Masir Alamgiri, page 52, quote, "Aurangzeb, eager to establish Islam, issued orders to the governors of all the provinces to demolish the schools and temples of the infidels, and with the utmost urgency put down the teachings and public practice of the religion of these misbelievers," unquote. That in January 1670, on orders of Aurangzeb, the Keshav Dev temple, the birthplace of Lord Krishna, was demolished. Aurangzeb had idols brought to Agra to be scattered under the steps of Jahanara Mosque so they'd be trodden on. Rahul, if the holiest shrine of another religion was demolished and people of another faith stomped their dirty feet on the sacred relics as they walked inside the place of worship, this country would have witnessed a civil war. But this is a nation that knows more about the Mughals than about Shivaji, Rana Pratap and Prithviraj Chauhan. A nation where Guru Arjan Dev was forced to sit on a hot plate and literally cooked alive by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. And what do? We immortalize Jahangir in our films as the affable, feather-toying romantic Salim. A nation where celebrated historian Ramchandra Guha laments Aurangzeb Road being renamed, but doesn't want Delhi roads to be named after Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the man who birthed an empire stretching from Peshawar to Plassey, because in Guha's words, quote, "He was a little-known regional figure and a feudal lord who endorsed caste hierarchies," unquote. Rahul, this is a nation where we eulogize invaders who burned Nalanda, the greatest university in the world, just 30 seconds. A nation where celebrities take pride in naming their son Taimur, where politicians gush when called by their nickname Tipu, the man who demolished temples and converted even dead Hindus. Rahul, India is a nation whose history has been written by those who hated Hindus, Hinduism and Hindustan.
Well, let me tell you, Dr. Ranganathan, I totally agree with you there. I tweeted this morning that India is the only country in the world that honors the oppressors of the majority community. In fact, history here is fetishized as a showcase of indignities, and secularism is a religion that worships appeasement. Look at this, viewers. In our country, we have Aurangabad. Not in one place, but also in Bihar, apart from Maharashtra. We have Bhaktiyarpur Junction, named after Bhaktiyar Khilji, who destroyed Nalanda, the greatest seat of learning, and pushed us back into the dark ages almost, viewers. We have Ghaziabad, named after Ghaziuddin. Ghazi means slayer of infidels. Who are these infidels that the Muslim kings regarded? They were Hindus, viewers. They were Hindus. Firozpur, after Firoz Shah Tughlaq, who destroyed temples and imposed Sharia. The list is long. Jalalabad, Mahmudabad, Ahmednagar, Tughlaqabad. You'll never see this in Western liberal democracies, even secular capitals, viewers. Spain, Greece, Portugal, Cyprus, Hungary, other parts of Italy, all of them, viewers, reclaim their places of worship. They change the names of any institution that were linked to an oppressor of the majority there. Here, viewers, we take pride in sending letters, etc., to Aurangzeb Road, and we think that's the greatest real estate in this country. Thank goodness that one road was renamed, but there are hundreds of others. Let me bring in the Samajwadi Party spokesperson tonight, Ms. Mishra. Ms. Mishra, would you ever praise Hitler? Would you praise Hitler, ma'am?
No.
Then why do you praise Aurangzeb?
Did he praise Aurangzeb?
If you can't
He even
praise Hitler,
retracted.
if you
No.
would never praise Hitler,
Rahul.
why do you praise Aurangzeb?
Rahul, what did Abu Azmi said?
What did
Even
he say?
retracted.
I'll tell you what he
did
said.
say?
Can I read out what he said, ma'am? You see,
Of course you
viewers,
can.
the only reason I don't bring out sound bites is because these people will say I clipped it here and I clipped it there. So viewers, I'm going to now read out exactly what I read out earlier. He said, Aurangzeb got several temples built. In Varanasi, he saved a Hindu girl from a priest who had an evil eye on her. He had the priest trampled by elephants. I don't consider Aurangzeb a cruel leader. He doesn't think he was cruel. During that era, power struggles were political, not religious. Aurangzeb's army had many Hindus, just as Chhatrapati Shivaji's army had several Muslims. He was a great leader. He was a great king. Great? Ma'am, you think Hitler was great?
We don't think Hitler was great.
So then why is
We don't
Aurangzeb
think-
great? A person
don't
who
think
wanted
so.
to wipe out the Hindu faith and the Sikh faith. How are they great?
And the Shia faith too. You are skipping that.
Shia faith too. So can a person who's a genocidal maniac be great? Can he be a great leader? I'm asking you, ma'am.
No, he can't be a great leader, and I think Abu Azmi retracted that.
No, madam. He didn't retract. You know what he said? I'll take back my words because it is this controversy is diverting attention from the real issues. And therefore, I want the House to continue. He only did it as a tactical retreat. He said, I don't have anything to apologize for.
According to him, he was talking about the time when it was kingdom system. And according
Ma'am,
to him,
kingdom
rulers
system or
were
not,
wanted-
hang on, just a minute. Kingdom system or not, I don't care. You can say that, when Hitler ruled, there was acceptable monarchies and there was colonialism and there were dictatorships. I'm sorry, madam, it doesn't work. A person is either evil, and in this context, there is enough documentation. I'm not reading out of some second or third source. He even came out and said historians have told him this. Who are these historians?
Yes, there in stories. it
Pooja
has
Mishra,
been,
don't defend. I'm
registered.
asking you a
Yes,
simple
I'm
question.
not defending,
Would you
I'm not
ever,
defending.
so why
I was
hasn't
talking
your
about-
boss Tipuji come out and said that what this individual has said is pathetic?
They will come out and say whatever he
No,
feels like.
when? Because you see the first question, if this was been,
not like
no,
that,
hang on,
because
just a
you are
minute, I'll
asking
tell
me
you,
to come
Pooja
out.
Mishra, let me tell you, when some fringe element in this country, not even a BJP leader, gets up and says Godse was great, you want the Prime Minister to come out and clarify. But viewers,
And,
when
what
Aurangzeb
happened
is
after
praised by a Samajwadi party leader, then he'll come out when he wants to come out. जब टिप्पू साहब का appointment मिलेगा उनको, तब वो आएंगे, बोलेंगे. Viewers, this is what the Samajwadi party is reducing our democracy to. And you know what, viewers?
are you gonna allow me to speak?
There are enough camp followers.
gonna
The
allow me to
India
speak
bloc
or
has,
not?
the Congress party, the RJD, all of them have given him the thumbs up. So I'm asking you, Pooja Mishra, should he apologize, Abu Azmi?
He apologized.
He hasn't apologized. He said, I'm just taking back my words. This is not an unconditional apology, it was a conditional apology.
No, now you want him to apologize the way you
Okay,
want.
let me ask you, Ms. Mishra, should you not believe that the Samajwadi party should have put out a statement to say we distance ourselves from Abu Azmi and that he will be show-caused?
For what?
I think it's
For
the
what?
decision of our leader, of the higher leader
For
from
what?
Samajwadi
Oh,
party.
it's a decision by the higher leaders. Viewers, it's a decision by the higher leaders. Okay, one second. Yes, doctor, yes, but I want to bring in Sanju Verma. Let me just bring her in first. Political to political response. The Samajwadi party spokesperson says that, our party will take its time, blah, 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 and Tipu will respond when he wants to. But Sanju Verma, how do you respond to this? Ms. Mishra's comment.
Rahul, I need some time to respond to Ms. Mishra's comment and also to respond to Mr. Ranganathan's comment.
Sure.
First and foremost, let me make one thing very clear. Mr. Ranganathan today has engaged in whataboutery, and I say this with no offense to him. He's eloquent. There is no doubt about that. But he has used his eloquence to completely digress from the issue. Instead of condemning Abu Azmi He has taken the wrong bull by the horns. All I could see was a diatribe against Prime Minister Modi. Modi ji ne ye nahi kiya, Modi ji ne wo nahi kiya. With no offense to Mr. Ranganathan, let me remind your audience, which I believe is the biggest stakeholder in debates like these. For the longest time, our generation, for generations together, we were taught the wrong history by the likes of a Ramchandra Guha, by the likes of a Romila Thappad, by the likes of an Irfan Habib. Our generation never got to learn the real history written by the likes of Professor Malkani or Professor Tara Chand or A.C. Mazumdar or R.C. Majumdar or Professor Chiman Lal, so on and so forth. I'm glad we are having a discussion today where you, me, Mr. Ranganathan, people who are on the other side of the divide or this side of the divide, we can have a healthy debate. I don't think these kind of debates were par for the course 11 years back. तब तो हम यही कहते थे कि जो रोमिला थप्पड़ ने कहा, जो प्रोफेसर रामचंद्र गुहा ने कहा, या जो इरफान हबीब ने कहा, that is the gospel truth. So first point that I want to make is, thank you Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Thanks to you, free speech is something which we are actually engaging in, and we are having a constructive discussion on hitherto topics which were, completely pariah topics for people like you, me, and the others. Second point, Kashi Vishwanath corridor, who resurrected it? Prime Minister Modi. Ujjain Mahakal corridor, who resurrected it? Prime Minister Modi. Nalanda University ka naya campus, who inaugurated it? Prime Minister Modi. After 500 years of civilizational battle, you might want to give credit to the Supreme Court, which I also give in good measure, but it was under the aegis of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that finally Ram Mandir ki Bhavya Pran Pratishtha ceremony hui. Under whose aegis you've had one of the biggest gatherings of humanity. I'm talking of the Mahakumbh which just got over on the 26th of February. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, under whose leadership today a huge statue of more than 600 feet of Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, is coming up right in the middle of the Arabian Ocean. It is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Under whose leadership, we finally rejuvenated the Somnath Mandir, Prime Minister Modi. Under whose leadership we started celebrating 26th December as Veer Bal Divas to honor the sacrifice of the two Chote Sahibzades who were murdered by Aurangzeb, the two smaller twins of Guru Gobind Singh. It was Prime Minister Modi, one Rahul, under whose leadership we finally, which was the Prime Minister who from the ramparts of the Red Fort 4 years back spoke about the sacrifice of Guru Tegh Bahadur. It was again Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So
Okay.
आप Narendra Modi को credit नहीं देना चाहते, but you will pick on Modi ji simply because Ajmer दरगाह पर एक चादर चढ़ाई गई. You will pick on Narendra Modi
Okay, but,
because he visited the Grand Istiklal Mosque. No,
Samajwadi Party
you
is
will-
saying that they have done nothing wrong.
Rahul, I heard Mr. Ranganathan and Pooja Mishra. Give me 20 seconds more, please. The first point I want to tell Mr. Ranganathan is, please, for God's sake, have a sense of proportion. Please stop demonizing Narendra Modi. It is not armchair political analysts or spokespersons like me or anchors like Rahul Shivshankar, due to whom the Ram Mandir is a reality today. It is thanks to the willpower and conviction of a strong political leadership that is epitomized by Narendra Modi.
Okay.
And this I say to Mr. Ranganathan with no offense. Stop demonizing the Modi government at
Okay.
every given opportunity simply because you want to play to the gallery.
Let me bring in.
Now my second point to Pooja Mishra. Abu Azmi has the shamelessness, has the gall, has the brazenness, has the audacity to say, मैंने तो इतिहासकार जो कह रहे थे उन्हीं की बात को दोहराया है और मेरी बात को बीजेपी के जो नेता है वो तोड़ मरोड़ कर पेश कर रहे हैं. भैया आपकी कौन सी बात को तोड़ मरोड़ कर पेश किया गया है? You were trying to actually glorify Aurangzeb, who not only killed his own 6 brothers, who not only imprisoned his own daughter Zebun Nisa for 20 years, who not only handed Dara Shiko's head on a platter to Shah Jahan and then later imprisoned his own father Shah Jahan, but this is a man who tortured Sambhaji Maharaj for 40 days.
Hindu sentiments. That's what you
Miss Mishra, Miss Mishra, Miss Mishra, Miss Mishra, Miss Mishra, Miss Mishra, the temples of Hindus, the temples of... No, one
Rahul,
second.
could you please be a little fair with me? You gave time to BJP spokesperson, even you gave time to Ranganathan, and you are continuously asking me question. Even I'm failing to complete even a single sentence. Have you realized that? Have you realized that you never allow me to complete a single sentence and you are just making me sit in the debate? Why am I sitting here? Just to say yes or no?
Okay, what is your point? What are you defending him? Do you defend
No,
the praise of
I'm-
Aurangzeb or you
no,
don't?
I'm-
Mr. Avdesh,
no.
let me tell you, Mr. Avdesh Prasad has come out. What is wrong with what Abu Azmi has said? Mr. Avdesh Prasad is Samajwadi Party MLA. I want to ask you, is that right or wrong? Ms. Mishra,
Sorry?
is that
Okay.
right or wrong what Mr. Avdesh Prasad has said, senior leader of the Samajwadi Party?
I think Samajwadi Party doesn't praise any of this kind of people, whether Aurangzeb, whether Jai Singh, whether Todamal, who invaded our nation and did destruction to it. Samajwadi Party doesn't appreciate them. And Abu Azmi retracted his statements also. He was talking about the rules, kingdom during the kingdom era.
Our nation.
And
Okay,
again,
one second. Mr. Avdesh Prasad came out and very clearly, viewers, has said what is wrong with what he has said. He's a leader of the Samajwadi Party. He's one of the senior most leaders of the Samajwadi Party. He has
And Abu
seconded.
Azmi has not apologized yet.
Yes, one second. Let me just
Abu
bring in
Azmi
Abu
has not
Azmi.
apologized
Abdul Razak
yet.
Khan is also here with us. Let me bring in Abu Azmi and let me bring him in. And let's go straight to him. Abu Azmi Saab, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. And if the director Saab is listening, yes, okay. Now, this is what we're going to go with, viewers. My straightforward question to you, Mr. Abu Azmi. Don't you think, Abu Azmi Saab, that you've heard your Hindu brothers by praising Aurangzeb? Isn't it like someone telling Jews that Hitler was great? Simple, a provocation.
See, I have not done any mistake. I have not given any statement by which statement the Hindus are hurt. I have given same statement, what statement our historian has given. That is, मैंने कोई मेरी मर्जी से कोई नहीं दिया है. हिस्टोरियन का, अगर वो हिस्टोरियन गलत दे रहे हैं तो उसको बैन करना चाहिए.
उसको बैन करना चाहिए. आपने कोई गलती नहीं की. Okay. Should cities named after Aurangzeb be renamed, sir? Let me ask you a question from your private belief. What do you think?
हो गया, अभी हो गया. अब क्या है, तो नाम तो उसका चेंज हो चुका है. Now that name is
नहीं, कहाँ नाम चेंज हुआ है? There are many places, sir, where Aurangabad and places that are named after Aurangzeb are very prevalent. So, anyhow, what do you think? What you see, viewers, and Abu Saab, please bear with me. What do you say to those who go and worship, like MIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi at Aurangzeb's tomb? Is this right according to you, sir? वो तो नाम बदला नहीं.
No, but we don't go to worship on anybody's qabr. No.
No. There are enough people who go. I asked you a specific question. Do you condemn this, yes or no? But let me ask you, sir. You are taking back your words. You came out today and you took back your words. Was this an expression of regret because you're wrong? Or was it because you didn't want it to become a big issue as you suggested? Which one of them is true?
देखो ऐसा है कि वॉट एवर आई हैव स्पोकन दैट इज़ नॉट माई वर्ड. मैंने हिस्टोरियन के वर्ड्स को रिपीट किया है. जो हिस्टोरियन ने इसके पहले बोला है वही बात को मैंने बोला है. और मैंने कोई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं बुलाई थी. टीवी वाले मेरे सामने आकर उन्होंने एक आसाम के चीफ मिनिस्टर की बात की कि जो राहुल गांधी को औरंगजेब की तरह बताते हैं. मैंने उसकी रिप्लाई किया है. और जो मैंने हिस्टोरियन से पढ़ा था, मेरे कोई वर्ड नहीं, लेकिन उसके बाद भी लोगों को लगता है कि मैंने कोई ऐसी चीज़ बोल दिया जिससे लोग हर्ट हो रहे हैं, आहत हो रहे हैं, तो मैं अपने वर्ड को वापस ले रहा हूँ.
Okay.
लेकिन मैंने किसी भी इम्पोर्टेंट व्यक्ति, कोई भी ऐसे शासक के बारे में जो रिस्पेक्टेड लोग हैं, मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला. छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज हों या
नहीं, वो तो
छत्रपति,
वो मैं मानता हूँ,
ये जो भी हो,
नहीं वो मानते हैं. आपने और किसी के बारे नहीं बोला, मगर इनके बारे में तो काफी बोला औरंगजेब साहब के. एनीहाउ, अबू आजमी, यू आर टुडे क्लेमिंग प्लॉजिबल डिनायबिलिटी, सेइंग दैट भैया मैंने तो किताबें पढ़ी हैं, उन किताबों में ऐसा लिखा है. ठीक है, चलिए. आपकी पार्टी ने, थैंक यू अबू आजमी, योर पार्टी हाउएवर has still not issued a statement condemning you or distancing themselves from what you have said, which I find astounding. But nonetheless, we've heard Ms. Pooja Mishra, she said थोड़ी देर में वो भी आ जाएगा. ठीक है, we'll wait. But I want to bring in Mr. Abdul Razak Khan. Mr. Khan, I want to ask you. ठीक है, let's give Abu Azmi the benefit of doubt that I've read historians who have put all this nonsense out. But let me ask you, sir, do you agree that Aurangzeb was like Hitler, number one? Number two, and if he was, why should anyone go and offer prayers at his mausoleum? Simple question.
Sir, offering prayers at the mausoleum is not allowed in Islam. People just go there only to respect the person inside that grave. That's it.
You respect
Now, coming
whom?
to the
You
point.
respect, you respect,
I respect
a xenophobe.
Aurangzeb Rahmatullah Alaih.
You respect.
Absolutely no doubt, no questions in that.
Okay, you respect.
I respect Hazrat Aurangzeb Rahmatullah Alaih.
Okay.
Sir, for the Shivshankars, if Sambhaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is an ideal, for me, Hazrat Aurangzeb is an ideal.
Okay, so the
For
man,
them,
for
they
this
stood
gentleman,
Hindutva.
for Mr. Razak
Sir,
viewers, for
please.
Mr. Razak,
Sir, allow
a
me to
person who
speak.
reimposed
Sir,
jizya,
Sir, allow me to complete.
who
sir.
beheaded,
Sir, allow
who
me to
beheaded,
complete,
no,
sir.
आप बोलिए
Sir,
सर.
allow me to
बोलिए,
complete.
बोलिए,
2
सर,
मिनट दे
बोलिए.
दीजिए सर.
Yes, sir.
रंगनाथन जी को 20 मिनट दे
आप
दीजिए.
बोलिए सर.
सर देखिए, इस देश के अंदर एक एम्बलम है, सम्राट अशोका के नाम का एक एम्बलम है जिसको हम चेरिश करते हैं. सर 15 अगस्त
You are comparing Samrat Ashoka with Aurangzeb. You are comparing them.
Sword is the rule.
Sword is
We
the
were
rule.
princely states.
Okay, I'll leave
We
it
were
at this.
563
I actually
princely
don't
states.
want to. I don't want to give
We shaped
airtime.
ourselves as a nation.
I don't want
This
to give.
might hurt you,
I don't
but
want
the
to give
fact is that
platform to a person.
History cannot be taught through television.
Okay,
History cannot be taught
Okay,
through films.
okay,
People
sir.
should
Okay,
not watch films.
okay,
The
okay.
disclaimer very
National
clearly
pride.
Now,
says,
I hope the
it is
Samajwadi
for
Party is hearing this. And I'm sure the Samajwadi Party is saying, great.
For
Miss Pooja Mishra.
is great.
Miss Pooja Mishra, do you support what he is saying? Do you support what he is saying?
We don't support what
We
he's
don't.
saying.
See what you have unbottled, ma'am. Look at the genie that has come out of the bottle. Dr. Ranganathan, wrap this out. I want to move on very quickly to another very big story.
After the sickening diatribe of this man, who I would possibly say is a descendant of Baghdadi more than anybody else, the kind of horrible statements he's made, I just want to say something. Now, one second. Now, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Don't be.
Do you accept
Rahul.
you are a descendant of Godse?
Okay. We're not going to get personal. We're not going to get personal. We're not going to go where this gentleman is gone. When someone goes low, let's go high. Okay, Dr. Ranganathan. Let's go high.
Yes, look, I am a free speech absolutist, but 99.9% of the world isn't. In Germany, there are laws that prescribe criminal punishment to anybody who celebrates Nazism or denies Holocaust.
Well,
I want to ask the SP spokesperson, do you agree with those laws that Holocaust deniers and Nazi celebrators are imprisoned? Yes or no, madam? Just say yes or no.
No, nobody gonna support that statement.
Okay. So you're saying that people who praise Hitler should be jailed and the law as it applies in Germany should be applied. Yes, ma'am?
No, the people who are praising Hitler shouldn't be jailed.
They
There
shouldn't be
is
jailed.
human rights.
Okay.
There is
They have human
You have
rights.
the guts to condemn
They have
Hitler.
human rights. They have human rights,
You have the
viewers.
guts to
Yes.
condemn
They have
Hitler.
human
They
rights.
shouldn't be jailed.
Okay. So today, viewers, if somebody comes out and holds a march past and says Godse was great, I want to ask the Samajwadi Party what they will say.
Are they jailed?
I'm
Are they
asking
jailed?
you, should they be or should they not be? Should they be punished? Should they not be punished
They
for
should be
inciting
punished.
hate?
They should be.
Okay. They should be. They should be, says the Samajwadi spokesperson, but not anyone who comes out and criticizes Hitler. Wow, viewers. I rest my case here. I think we've said enough. There are deep political compulsions that are dictating this, viewers. And I don't believe that Muslim friends of ours would even support the Samajwadi Party. I don't believe so. Maybe Mr. Razak does, but I don't think he represents the majority of Muslims in this country. At least I hope not. It's okay. A person, viewers, who imposed jizya, who destroyed Hindu temples by fatwa, who executed Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur, suppressed Hindu festivals, who, viewers, destroyed Hindu religious texts and non-Muslim religious texts, and who, viewers, who discriminated openly against one group of people, is a hero in our country. Is a hero. Remember this, viewers. Remember this. Hero. Let me move on, viewers, because another big story, and it's a story that we must quickly address ourselves to. It's crumbling They have lied and rioted to discredit the Hindu side's argument that the Sambhal mosque sits atop a Hindu place of worship that isn't a disputed site. But today, in a dramatic twist, the High Court has accepted the Hindu side's plea to designate the site, the Sambhal site, as a disputed one. By doing so, Sambhal has now been put in the same category as were Ayodhya, Kashi and Mathura. Prima facie vindication of the Hindu claim led UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to vow to reclaim the site. Viewers, this is what he said. He said, we must get what is ours. Truth is always bitter and one should have the courage to accept it. There were 67 pilgrim sites and 19 wells in Sambhal which were demolished. We have managed to trace 54 pilgrimage sites and have freed wells from encroachment. We only want what is ours, nothing more than that. The remarks of Yogi Adityanath, when taken in consonance with the High Court's designation of the site as the disputed one, beg several questions. Were the riots and the misinformation campaign part of a charade to paint the Hindu community's claim as a lie? Viewers, let's open this up because we must address ourselves to these questions tonight. In all honesty, we're also going to be joined by Shivshankar Jain. Let's put them all in our frame. Now, I want to begin straight off the bat with Mr. Shivshankar Jain. Put it into context, Mr. Jain, how does this really affect the case at hand? Does it give the Hindu side somewhat of an advantage, or am I being too premature to claim that?
See, I would like to frame it in this manner, that it's not a question of advantage or disadvantage to any of the parties. When any matter is sub judice before the Honorable Court, the matter is known as a disputed site or a disputed structure or a disputed masjid. For example, when the matter of Ram Janmabhoomi was before the Allahabad High Court as well as before the Supreme Court, throughout the proceeding it was referred as a disputed structure or a disputed place. So when the matter is sub judice before the Honorable Court, one side will say that it's a mosque, the other side will say it's a temple. But till the time the matter is given a finality by the Honorable Court, till that time the court uses the term disputed structure. And so far as Gyanvapi case is also concerned, let me tell you, when we were claiming that it's a shivling and the other side was saying it's a fountain, then that time the mosque committee had argued that please don't use the word shivling, use it shivling as stated, as alleged. And the Honorable Supreme Court used that term shivling as stated. So it is always known, it's when the matter is pending in the court, till the time court decides the issue, it's always a sub judice matter. So both the parties are having claims over this particular area. So it will be called as a disputed masjid.
Why did your father Harishankar Jain have to file the plea seeking classification?
See, because if a court is saying that it's a mosque, so it's the admitted position is that the court is proceeding in a manner that it has already understood it as a mosque. So that's why this argument was made before the Honorable Court that as of now it's not a mosque. The status of mosque is being disputed by the Hindu parties, and that's why the Honorable Court has used the terminology disputed masjid.
Okay.
This is the terminology which is used at para 7 of today's order.
And it has brought out Yogi Adityanath to claim vindication. Dr. Ranganathan, how do you read this? And I want to bring in the Samajwadi Party spokesperson BJP right after. Yes.
No, Rahul, look, just when one thought that the cries of Hindus to get justice were cries in the wilderness, comes a light, albeit flickering, at the end of this long secular tunnel that 1 billion Hindus have been forced in. But first, before I come to the thrust of the topic, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart Shri Hari Jain ji and Vishnu Jain ji, who is here. Someday when India celebrates its heroes more than its tyrants, the names of Hari Jain ji and Vishnu Jain ji will be right there at the top. So thank you so much for defending our dharma and defending our civilization, both of you. Rahul, to deny us our temple of divinity is to destroy for us our temple of democracy. And the fact is, as Vishnu says, keeping the most sacred of places away from Indians, not just the Hindus, by the way, because this is a civilizational issue, not a religious one. It is untenable now and undemocratic. Ayodhya, Gyanvapi, Mathura, Bhojshala, and now Sambhal. Yes. The rights of our ancestors being reclaimed is catharsis for us. It's a deliverance of justice. And this is not about a particular mosque, just 30 seconds. This is about a legal claim. And remember, Rahul, the only friend of justice is evidence, court.
Yes.
The underlying structure which provided foundations of Babri Mosque together with its architectural features is suggestive of a Hindu religious origin and existence of temple structure dating back to 12th century, unquote. This is from the Supreme Court Ayodhya verdict on the disputed structure of Babri Masjid. And look, finally, no one is digging. One doesn't need to dig.
No one needs to dig.
Non-invasive surveys are enough to prove existence of temples underneath Gyan Vyapi,
The problem is-
Sampa, and finally, every demolished temple must be resurrected. Every shivling unearthed.
Okay.
And every
The problem
temple
is, and I want to come to Samajwadi Party spokesperson Pooja Mishra. Do you remember, Pooja Mishra, the riots? Do you remember the claims that the Samajwadi Party was making that all these probes were being ordered because the courts had been orchestrated to say all of these things, do all of these things? There was pressure on the courts, and that this was rampant Islamophobia. Now we hear, viewers, something completely different. Very quickly, Pooja Mishra.
Rahul, I think whatever we said at that time, it was very true, and still we are with our that stand only. And talking about the riots, it was the
Madam, I'm asking you this question. Please answer the question. Will the ecosystem apologize for suggesting that the Hindu claims were motivated by Islamophobia? This was not Islamophobia. Even the court now recognizes that the area is disputed.
I think we need to wait.
We need to wait.
Of course,
Okay, you didn't wait, ma'am. You didn't wait. Anyhow, big news coming in. Champions Trophy 2025. India beat Australia in the semi-finals. We are through to the finals. We've done this by 4 wickets. Emphatic victory. I want to bring in Anand Narasimhan, who's been glued to that screen. I have, of course, been with you, viewers. But Anand, you've watched that full and final match and the last shot, etc., etc. What do you make of this victory tonight?
Well, it's been a phenomenal victory. Bharat beating Australia by 4 wickets, entering the Champions Trophy final, and the final will now be played in Dubai on Sunday, the 9th of March. The second semi-final to be played between South Africa and New Zealand in Lahore tomorrow, or in Pakistan tomorrow. But the fact is, this has been a clinical victory. But most importantly, it's sweet revenge. 98 of November hurts. 2023, the final where there were a lot of hopes, and we believed that we had that unbeaten right through the World Cup, and in the final we ran into an Australia and it was Travis Head. But this time around it's been different. I think this was a far better Indian side, and this was a side that also was able to check the Australian juggernaut. Australia playing with not with top of their top bowlers were not there. It was a second string bowling side. They were a little weak in the batting department too. But I think overall it was a much better prepared, a far more clinical India, and I think it was Virat Kohli who actually came there and authored this run chase. He got out at 84. He was on course for yet another 100 at this Champions Trophy. But because we bat deep, because we've got steady players and we stitch those partnerships, 265 was made an easy run chase. That's what we did. We first restricted the Aussies to inside of 270 and then chased this down clinically.
Did it look like we were ever under pressure in this match?
There was a time early on when Rohit Sharma went back into the hut early, Shubman Gill went back into the hut early, but then there were some 2 critical partnerships, a 90-odd run partnership between Shreyas Iyer and Virat Kohli, and then as Shreyas Iyer got out, Virat Kohli then stitching yet another partnership thereafter with Akshar Patel, and that was critical. Then came KL Rahul and the partnership with KL Rahul also, and KL Rahul carrying the bat even after Virat Kohli got out. He took the pressure off. 2 big sixes coming in from Hardik Pandya of Adam Zampa's last over, and I think that really set us on course and took the match away, because it was going run a ball, and that's where the whole match was taken away. 3 overs to spare, and now eventually with about 10 balls to spare, India coasting home. That's what and a phenomenal victory. I think India has been clinical. There has been a lot of talk that this tournament has been tailored for India because they stay in the same hotel, they're playing at the same venue, but the pitches were different. Dubai is not home condition for them, and they have taken on this is an Australian side that chased down 350 put up by England, Rahul. So it's not that they were easy side to beat. Yes, they had a second string bowling, but the conditions were such that even Australia went into the match with 5 spin options and 2 pacers. India goes into the match with 4 spin options and 2 pacers, but we batted deep. We had a good all-round option, good set of all-rounders, but more importantly, we batted deep right down till Ravindra Jadeja, who was there, who came out when Hardik Pandya got out. I think we bat really deep, and this man, Virat Kohli, who's now become the highest run scorer for India in ICC tournaments, ICC Champions Champions Trophy or ICC tournaments, and he is just about 50 runs away, if my memory serves me right, 54 runs away from becoming the second highest run scorer in ODIs. And let's hope that happens in the final. But this has been phenomenal by Virat Kohli.
Okay, we'll who's getting the man of the match award in your book?
Well, we're going to see because it's been an all-round performance. There are many contenders. India had great bowling options, and there were some phenomenal performances there. But I think from the way this chase was constructed and just purely because of the way he batted, Virat Kohli is a very, very strong contender. Mohammad Shami got 3 wickets. Varun Chakravarti came in with those important breakthroughs. He was the one who helped India see the back of Travis Head there early on, and Travis Head is the one who actually single-handedly helped Australia to victory in that World Cup final back then. So I think there was a huge amount of celebration and pressure release the moment Travis Head got out. Then it was Mohammad Shami who castled Steve Smith, who also crafted a knock similar to Virat Kohli, but not as effective because he couldn't, and Australia lost wickets towards the end. But overall, from the looks of it, if you look at that scorecard, the one man who shines for us is Virat Kohli. There is 45 by Shreyas Iyer, 27 by Akshar Patel, 42 not out by KL Rahul.
What your views on Virat Kohli's knock? Because it's quite a restrained knock, only 5 fours, so basically only 20 runs.
No, but that's a typical Virat Kohli run chase. He'll take runs a ball, he'll keep the scoreboard ticking, and India was always going at the meeting at the level of the asking run rate. So it was always never more than run a ball, and that's the reason why. Virat Kohli has very few dot balls there. He's taken runs and twos. In fact, 52 of those 84 runs, if my memory serves me right, are singles and twos. It's and only 5 boundaries. And that's a typical Virat Kohli innings. You know, Virat Kohli has scored about 60%, nearly 57-58% of his career runs have been via running in ones, twos and threes. So he's run more than about 550 kilometers in between the 22 yards throughout his career. So that's the amount of running that he's done. But that's how Virat Kohli constructs his innings. He never allows the opposition to get into the game. He milks the spinners for singles. Today, the way he negotiated Adam Zampa, their lead spinner, the way he played the spinners, I think that stood out. The way he played the pacers against Pakistan, that stood out. Now today, the way he played the Australian spinners, that stood out.
Let's just talk a little bit about Shreyas Iyer. Showed a lot of composure. I was watching him then.
Yes.
And then, of course, as we came out, KL Rahul, as well as, of course, yes. So these two. But what do you?
Yeah, we got Sippy sir, and also Sabah Karim. Sabah Karim, quick thoughts. Kaisa laga? I think Joe, what we discussed, the way India will construct this innings, breakthroughs from Kuldeep, breakthroughs from Varun Chakravarti, Travis Head going back early, Smith getting castled. So the bowling performance, restricting them to inside 270, 265 was chaseable. And then comes the masterclass in batting from Virat Kohli. Your thoughts, Sabah Karim?
First up, I think India's bowling was of top quality. Although whatever we had discussed, Anand, if you recall, we all of us felt that the wicket may misbehave, but that did not happen. The wicket played quite well. Although the wicket was on the slower side, but it did not offer any turn or bounce. So I think batting was kind of easy, but somehow I thought Australia were not able to put up a pass score. The pass score on a surface like this maybe closer to about 290, 295.
Yeah.
I think that way India was extremely disciplined in their bowling effort. And I thought Rohit Sharma had the luxury of 4 spinning options, and he was able to utilize it quite well. In terms of run chase, I think 265 on a surface like this, which is on the slower side, this is tailor-made for Virat Kohli.
Yes.
And he did that to perfection.
Yes.
He is such a master strategist in terms of breaking down the target. The first 10 overs, the next 10 overs, what is the target he has to look at? This was perfect for Virat Kohli. That is why, if you notice, I think the best part about his entire run chase or entire innings was his placement in terms of
euphoric
scenes. The fingers was so succinct.
I think Virat has been named the man of the match.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I think we should try and get the feed out here. Also, Virat Kohli, without doubt, is the player of the match because it is his innings that constructed the chase and orchestrated the run chase for us. Alan Sippy with us. Just before I come to you, Alan Ji, I'm going to go across to Vimalva. Vimalva with fans there. Classic Virat Kohli innings. The way he constructed that run chase. 285 is the highest that's been been changed on this. No team has ever crossed 300. Australia looked on course at one point in time in the 38th, 39th over, but then we ploughed them back with wickets. But your thoughts, fans पीछे क्या कह रहे हैं?
फैंस तो हैं, फैंस से उन्हीं से जान लेते हैं. व्हाट यू हैव टू से अबाउट दिस? पैसा वसूल हो गया. विराट कोहली अमेजिंग, श्रेयस अय्यर अमेजिंग, हार्दिक पांड्या अमेजिंग, के राहुल आल्सो अमेजिंग. प्लीज कम, क्या कहना है बताओ.
हमने तो बदला लिया उनके उसके साथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ
19 नवंबर का बदला ले लिया है. एवरीवन, आनंद इज सेइंग कि भाई 19 नवंबर का बदला ले लिया. बट आई थिंक they are getting little carried away. We should wait till Sunday because India will be playing either New Zealand or South Africa.
Dekho, see, right now it is the tricolor shining on your head and it is the tricolor shining all across the country. And 19 November का बदला पूरा हो गया है. Australia, South Africa and New Zealand, we are into the final. That is the mood. I just speak to some of the fans. They're all getting up. तुमसे फोन छीन ले, उससे पहले उनसे बात कर लो. Then I'll go to Alan.
आप पाजी, आप यहाँ पर आए, कहाँ से? आप यहीं पर हो, यहीं से हो?
नहीं, मैं दिल्ली से हूँ.
दिल्ली से. He has come all the way from Delhi.
अरे वाह.
तो पैसा वसूल हो गया.
पैसा वसूल मैच हुआ, बदला ले लिया 19 नवंबर 2023 का. एंड आई थिंक इंडिया की वनडे टीम फिनोमिनल है. यही टीम नेक्स्ट 2 साल कंटिन्यू करनी चाहिए. 2027 वर्ल्ड कप अपना टारगेट होना चाहिए. आई थिंक कोई भी सवाल नहीं होना चाहिए. रोहित शर्मा और विराट कोहली पे दोनों फिट है, दोनों अच्छे फॉर्म में खेल रहे हैं. कंडीशंस ने इंडिया को काफी सूट किया. आई थिंक फाइनल में इंडिया फेवरेट से इंडिया जीतेगी क्योंकि सारे मैचेस इंडिया यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा खेली, पूरी टीम फॉर्म में है. एंड आई थिंक ये अपना ट्रिक था जो हमने 4 स्पिनर्स खिलाए, जो वरुण चक्रवर्ती को एक हमने टोपी से एक स्पेशल एक जादूगर की तरह निकाला, वो काफी काम आया है यहाँ पे. एंड मैं तारीफ करना चाहूंगा जिस तरह से जडेजा, अक्षर, सारे बॉलर्स ने अच्छी बॉलिंग की. वरुण चक्रवर्ती ने वेरिएशन किया. शमी का एक्सपीरियंस काम आया बुमराह की गैर मौजूदगी में. राइट टाइम पे शमी हमारी टीम में आ गया.
भाई तू मेरा जॉब ले लोगे आनंद, मेरा तो जॉब गया यार.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि भारत में that's the beauty of Indian cricket fan. They are fans and they are also analysts and they can say everything. They can complete. They'll take your and my job very easily. So salute to the fans, and it's the fans that also encourage the cricketers. Look at the India chant going, Alan. The moment those 2 sixes came from Hardik Pandya's bat, that was the whole. You will not believe that's Dubai. It felt like Delhi.
Absolutely right, Alan, because you see this team, everybody's talking about Virat Kohli and talking about this.
I'm not able to hear you, Alan. Have you gone on mute?
Can you hear me?
Can you just check? Can you just check if you're on mute, because I cannot hear you. Go ahead, please.
I was trying. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Alan, I just want to reiterate on this fan that he's spoken so well. You see, because this Indian team is a well-oiled machine. Yes, we talk about Virat Kohli and he was phenomenal as usual in the big match. Commit the man in the big match, always Virat Kohli. But if you look at this Indian team is a well-oiled machine. Each one has played his part today. Each one has found a way to win the match. Rahul has not got much of a chance to actually show his style and whatever. But today he stood up. And he's shown that, come at the time when it's important, he can turn up the heat as well. Hardik Pandya has done exactly the same. So this team is so well oiled, they're so well geared. The days of India having stuttered in the past are long gone, because this team is geared for the big match and they're very, very good at this.
At 43 for 2, people may have been a little worried in the past, but this time around there seem to be belief that even about 5-6 wickets down, we don't need to worry because we bat deep, Sabah Kareem. And did that make the difference this time around? Like, pre-match we were discussing KL Rahul, and the belief in KL Rahul is, and you said that no, I will trust this guy at number 6 to come and he will have a role to play. Well, quite prophetic, Sabah, I must say that, because that's exactly what's happened. What an innings that he's played. He took the pressure off Virat immediately, didn't he?
Yeah, he did so, and did so quite easily also. And I said this because KL Rahul's batting skill and his technique is perfect for these conditions where the ball comes slow off the surface. He's got such excellent technique. He can always rotate the strike, and whenever there's a requirement to up the run rate or the strike rate, he can always do that. And we saw that in this brief innings which he played. And he was so disappointed when on the other end Virat Kohli got out, because he accelerated so that Virat Kohli could still manage to steal those singles and get to his 100s. I think that was the game plan. And I think all that came to fruit quite at the right time for KL Rahul and Virat Kohli. Unfortunately for Virat Kohli, I thought he was trying to hoik it towards deep mid-wicket. The ball came straighter and hit it straight into the hands of the fielder at long on. So I think overall KL Rahul's work behind the stumps as well as his skill with the bat is being quite good, and I think that is the reason why KL Rahul is such an important member of this side, especially wide ball cricket. Number 6, number 7, you need that kind of stability, and he becomes so dependable, coming in so low down the order. I think that's what really helped India to achieve their goal of beating Australia in this run chase.
True. Look at celebrations all over. Everybody's dancing and and singing. These are pictures coming from Bhopal. There are people with Vimalwa. क्या बात हो रही है विमलवा? कुछ फैंस से आप कुछ चकल्लस कर रहे थे क्या?
फैंस को मैं बुला रहा हूँ. Anand, please come. I am being joined by a couple of very enthusiastic fans. Ma'am, you are on live on CNN News 18, so just express yourself. What are your thoughts?
It was a great win. Yes. Finally. Fantastic match. India. We are getting the cup home. We are getting the cup home now. This year, it's us. Absolute win.
2025 India Trophy, Champion Trophy. India. Anand, please, man, come closer. This is the first match, Anand. The lady has got the first match. Ma'am, please explain your experience.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I had goosebumps, exciting.
And you came all the way from USA.
Yes, sir.
Ask her which was the best moment. Which was the best moment for you?
Okay.
Which
so
is
Anand is asking. Our anchor is asking. Asking what was the best moment for you in this match?
The best moment.
Please come.
You know,
Rahul.
Exactly.
Rahul.
For me, watching it the first time live in this stadium here, it was the fans, the vibe. I mean, they're crazy. It's fantastic. You come alive, and then the Sixers, and then how exciting!
19 नवंबर की सारी यादें हट गई.
19 नवंबर की यादें हट गई.
सारी यादें हट गई.
हट गई.
वापस.
अच्छा फाइनल में किससे मुकाबला होना चाहिए? न्यूजीलैंड से कि साउथ अफ्रीका से? साउथ अफ्रीका से.
Who do you think that India should face in the final? New Zealand or South Africa?
South Africa. Who are very good in form with India and New Zealand. So we want to against India.
Go, please go. Okay. Thank you.
Guys.
Rahul is the game changer. Rahul is the game changer. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anand, because a lot of people are coming, so security has just requested that we should avoid the fans. So that is what I am doing.
Okay.
But anyway.
Acha, let me ask you, Vimal. For you, who is the star of the game today? You can't say Virat Kohli.
If you ask me, star, yeah.
Not here. Go stop there. Stop anywhere.
Okay.
Don't stop that side. Don't stop here.
Okay.
Anand, this is the thing. I'm going that side.
Go from here.
Okay. Just last minute, can I close? Okay.
They come for the police.
Okay. Sir, Anand, I will just.
All right. You relocate. So security also not wanting to see too much of crowd there. So Vimalwa looking at all reporters have always faced. Suddenly there is a lot of crowd, and then you got to recalibrate and you got to move. So he should join us any moment now. But Alan Sippy, one hero of the match or one person who changed things for us beyond Virat Kohli.
Beyond Virat Kohli, I'll give it to KL Rahul, because you see KL Rahul not getting much of a chance, then suddenly coming. This is a very calm and cool, collected player. He has played a very important role in today's win, because what he's done, he tried to take the pressure off Virat Kohli. He hit the 6 in between. He played his complete game was based to make sure that he protects Virat Kohli so that Virat Kohli could stay till the end. Unfortunately, Virat played a shot. He was out. You could see from KL Rahul's face that he was disappointed, because he was the one. He had taken it upon himself to actually play the hard shot, to play the shots that were difficult. And it is today, in my opinion, besides Virat Kohli, obviously Virat Kohli is the king, but besides Virat Kohli, KL Rahul was so instrumental in helping India go through.
KL Rahul comes down at number 6. You know, Alan, pre-show, you were not there with us, but Sabha was there, and we asked Sabha as a wicketkeeper, would you like Rishabh Pant there or KL Rahul? And he said, hands down, I'm just going to choose KL Rahul because I will depend on him to shore up the innings and to come and take the match deep. And if there's someone who I trust more between Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul, it's KL Rahul. So Sabha, you stand vindicated, but there's got to be a shout out for Shreyas Iyer. Look at what he did against Pakistan, and now what he's done against Australia. Crunch time, you're at the dock, you know the match is at a precipice, 1 wicket, the momentum shifts, and there he comes and stitches up an effortless partnership, matches skill with the likes of Virat Kohli, and then stitches up that 91-run partnership.
Yes, I think Anand Shreyas Iyer has been flawless in this Champions Trophy so far, and the kind of profile the team management has given him to come in at number 4, number 5, he needs to come in and score briskly, and I think that's what he has done. Whether India is trying to set a target or even during a run chase. We saw that even in the home series that India played, and I think he has continued with that form. I think he bats with so much of confidence, with so much of gay abandon that he always puts pressure on the bowlers. And I think he's really worked hard against the pace bowlers, especially the short pitch deliveries. He's always been good against spinners, and it seems that he's biding his time and suddenly he unleashes himself against spinners. But I think one important aspect of his game is the fact that he has improved so much against pace bowlers. So I think that is why he kind of formed the basis of that partnership with Virat Kohli. I think Shreyas Iyer then allowed Virat Kohli to settle down and gave him so much of space to control the run chase. So I think Shreyas Iyer at number 4 has been an excellent addition to this Indian side. Also, Arun, one should not forget India's bowling effort. And I want to talk a little bit about Ravindra Jadeja. The fact that he took those 2 wickets, that's the time Australia was trying to rebuild. For him to pick up the wicket of Labuschagne, to break that partnership with Labuschagne and Steve Smith. And then, if you remember, Josh Inglis came in and started to bat very well. He was looking to bat with an horizontal bat, nothing vertical. And I think, with a straighter bat. And I think he was looking very good. But I think that dismissal of Josh Inglis, all that credit has to go to Ravindra Jadeja. So I think overall, I thought